Hello and welcome to your IDVA video orientation for parents and adults, also known as learning coaches at IDVA. Before we go further, I want to invite not only learning coaches, for whom this video is a requirement, but students as well. Why? It's important for both learning coaches and their students to have an informed understanding of all parts of our program and our expectations for students, learning coaches, and families. So, please grab your student if you are watching this by yourself, and if they are unavailable, that's okay. Just make sure to share what you learned with them. It's easy to think that making the decision to join an online school isn't that big of a deal. All it takes is clicking a few buttons and completing a few online forms, right? In reality, though, choosing a new school and moving from a face-to-face setting to an online one is challenging, and our goal with this video and other orientation tasks that you'll experience is to help you feel welcomed, comfortable, and ready to support your student in their learning journey. We hope you are excited and encouraged about the learning opportunities awaiting your student at Idaho Virtual Academy. We are eager to work with you to help you and your student thrive. Now, let's take a moment to understand the term learning coach. What or who is a learning coach? A learning coach is the parent or other adult in the student's home who will be providing accountability, support, and encouragement to the student as they school at IDVA each day. We recognize that parents and other adults who are performing the learning coach role are often working during the day and are not able to provide constant supervision and support for their students, and that is okay. Whether you, as the learning coach, are in your home throughout the day with your student or at work for most of the day while your student is schooling on their own, learning coach responsibilities remain the same, but the way in which they are fulfilled will vary based on individual circumstances. Let's review the basic learning coach responsibilities. Number 1, you will help your student to manage their time and organize their tasks and materials. 2, you will provide accountability for completion of all items on the weekly work schedule each school day. 3, you will promote regular attendance at required live Class Connect sessions. 4, you will check grades and progress with your student in each course several times each week. 5, you will read and respond to school email regularly. 6, you will communicate with teachers and other staff as needed. 7, you will ensure your student attends and completes all required school and state testing. Now, I'd like to give you an overview of what a typical day for a student looks like here. Like most schools, whether your student is attending face-to-face in a building or online at Idaho Virtual Academy, a typical school day will last about 6 to 7 hours, and sometimes your student will have homework in the evenings or on weekends if they aren't able to complete all assigned work during the regular school day. Different from a face-to-face school, though, is your ability to help your student decide when he or she will read and study and work on assignments so that their learning can happen at the times when they will be able to do their best each school day. Learning will happen in 2 distinct ways at IDVA. First, each course will have online lessons and assignments, and students will spend the majority of their time reading and studying there. This is also the part of each day where they will have flexibility to create a schedule to fit their needs the best. Second, each course will have live Class Connect sessions. These happen at a set time each day, and student attendance is required at them. Math and ELA will meet about 4 to 5 days each week, while history, science, and electives will meet about 1 to 2 times each week. Assignments such as quizzes, tests, essays, and labs are always completed only after students have carefully read and studied their lessons, and the expectation is that students will always use their knowledge from their reading and studying of the assigned lessons to respond to their assignments. A typical student's day at IDVA will include short breaks of 5 to 10 minutes to stretch, have a brain break, go on a quick walk, play with their dog, snack breaks, and a lunch each day, just like at a face-to-face school. Let's review an example of a typical school day now. 7 a.m. Wake up, eat breakfast, and get ready for the day. 7:30 a.m. Log in to the online school, log into each course, check the weekly work schedule, know what you need to get done in all courses for the day, and check school email. 8 a.m. Attend live class for math. 8:45 a.m. Take a quick break. 9 a.m. Read assigned lessons and complete assigned graded work in English. 9:30. Take a quick break. 9:35 a.m. Read assigned lessons and complete assigned graded work in U.S. history. 10:05. Quick break. 10:10. Read assigned lessons and complete assigned practice problems and graded work in math. 11 a.m. Take another quick break and check your email. 11:05. Read assigned lessons and complete assigned graded work in biology. 11:45 a.m. It's time for lunch. 12:15 p.m. Read assigned lessons and complete assigned graded work in both elective courses. 1:30 p.m. Attend live class for English. 2:15. Take a quick break. 2:30 p.m. Attend live class for biology. 3:15 p.m. Log in to each course to check that all items have been completed that were assigned for today, including reading the lessons, completing activities, and completing any graded assignments. If any items are not yet done, work on these items in the evening as homework after you've had a nice afternoon break and dinner. Make sure to check your email before logging out. Attendance and academic integrity. Now, let's talk about attendance. Students and families sometimes wonder about attendance requirements at an online school. I want to share with you that they are similar to what you would find at a face-to-face school. Students are required to log in and attend school each day, but how we define attendance is a little different here. At a face-to-face school, attendance means being present in each of your classrooms as assigned each school day. At IDVA, attendance is logging into every course every day, reading and studying assigned lessons in each course each school day, meeting at least the minimum time required for reading, studying, and completing assignments for each course, completing and submitting graded assignments as scheduled, and attending required live classes each school day. All of the elements I just shared about attendance are part of an important concept at IDVA called academic integrity. Basically, this means that students, with the support, guidance, and accountability provided by you, their learning coach, must be actively engaged in their learning as scheduled and must be the ones doing the reading, studying, and assignments on their own. Students must not be looking for shortcuts by Googling, using AI, or using any other online or offline tools or help, and they must not skip their assigned reading to go directly to a quiz, test, or other assignment just so they can get it done. Students, with the support of their learning coaches, must recognize that they are here to learn, that learning takes time, focus, and persistence, and that no one but the student can truly do the learning. We hope you'll love watching and supporting your student in exploring new things and achieving higher levels of learning and understanding, and we'll do our best to support both you and your student all along the way. Why attendance matters. Attendance matters because your student matters. Each student and their learning are important, and you, as the learning coach, along with teachers and staff at IDVA, are here to help support your student by providing guidance and accountability. We also want to share some important data that shows a key relationship between the amount of time that students spend reading and studying their lessons and completing their assignments and the grades they earn. As you can see, more time spent on learning means that most students earn higher grades as a result. Let's take a tour of the online middle and high school, or OMHS. We'll take a quick look at some key parts of your student's online school, but you'll become much more familiar with it after you and your student complete the videos for orientation and your student gains access to their courses. Additionally, you will receive email communications from the middle and high school administration team with helpful tips and step-by-step instructions on how you can support your student. This is what your student will see when he or she logs into the online school using their student username and password. Announcements, where they'll see school-wide announcements such as information about upcoming events, esports, and scholarship information. Classes, most students will have 4 to 5 courses in middle school, 6 courses in high school, and about 3 courses in our alternative high school. Let's click into one to see some of its basic features. Class announcements. This is where you and your student will see the weekly work schedule each day and how you and your student will know what needs to be read, studied, and completed each school day. Your student will click here on Content to read and study their assigned lessons and to complete their graded assignments such as quizzes and tests, of course only after they have carefully completed their reading and studying first. Here at Grades, you and your student can and should check grades each day. Next is Progress. On this tab, you and your student can see how much time they have spent on their reading, studying, and learning, and on completing and submitting their graded assignments. As a reminder, each course will have a minimum amount of time that students must spend in the course to be able to pass it. This progress area is where you and your student will keep track of the time spent. Now, let's go back to the main homepage. The last item here is My Schedule. By clicking on it, you and your student will be able to see a list of their live Class Connect sessions for each day and for the whole week. A few other items to be aware of on this screen are their profile, where they can log out, the email icon, where you and your student will check their email and send email, and the link icon, which has links to several different features of our school, such as the K-12 zone and ClassLink. Your student will learn more about these elements soon when he or she has access to the OMHS and their courses. What's the difference? Today, you've heard about a student account and a learning coach account, and at some point, you may also have heard about a K-12 app that you can access on your phone. What's the difference between them? The K-12 app is a basic tool that is provided for all K-12 schools across the U.S. Although it may seem convenient to have an app on your phone for school, the reality is that it does not provide enough IDVA-specific information to help you get a complete picture of your students' learning. We encourage you not to use this platform. The Learning Coach account is essential for keeping your Learning Coach email up to date, monitoring shipments such as computers and course materials, and knowing basic info such as your student's school ID number and their current grades in each course. To really support your student well, and to learn accurate information about the key items on their learning journey, we strongly encourage you to have a shared knowledge with your student of the username and password for the student account. If you feel comfortable logging into the student account with your student and viewing the critical items for each course, such as the current grade, the weekly work schedule, the grade book, teacher feedback, time spent in the course, and email between the student and teacher, do that and take time to discuss where your student is at and what he or she may need to do to improve, such as contacting the teacher, spending more time reading and studying, or redoing an assignment as a teacher has asked for in teacher feedback. Alternatively, this can be done on your own. You, as the learning coach, can review each of these items yourself and then discuss concerns or provide encouragement for your student after you have reviewed each of the elements listed above. Your review may also prompt you to reach out to one of your student's teachers, to their school counselor, or to have your student reach out for help or to ask a question with your support. Providing this type of support and encouragement for your student is critical. Students often feel shy or uncomfortable about asking for help when they need it, but with your support and guidance as the learning coach, they can begin to build these skills and to feel more at ease with them over time. Remember, your student is in an online setting, and a classroom teacher does not have eyes on him or her throughout each day as they would in a face-to-face setting. This means that you, as the learning coach, will need to provide this type of accountability, ensuring not only that your student is on track with their grades, but that they are spending adequate time reading, studying, and learning. A note about computers and online learning. Now, let's take a moment to talk about the computer your student will use at IDVA. When you started the enrollment process, you were probably asked if you'd like to receive a computer from K-12. I hope you said yes. Even if you didn't, your student can still receive one, and I encourage you to do this, even if your student has their own computer already. K-12 laptops are loaded with the websites and software that they will need to be successful, and getting the K-12 computer is free. Please carefully note that phones, tablets, Chromebooks, and Macs do not support 100% of our online school program or live Class Connect sessions, and this means they should only be used as a backup and not as your student's main tool for reading, studying, learning, completing their graded assignments, and attending their live Class Connect sessions. Additionally, if your student has a tech problem with their K-12 computer, K-12 tech support is there to help you out. However, they cannot provide support for non-K-12 computers or devices. Please stop the video now to write down the link below so that you can use it to request a K-12 computer if you didn't say yes to one already. Your backup plan. When something happens to your student's school computer, make sure to have a backup plan. Just like at a face-to-face school, if your car, or your student's car, gets a flat tire, your student still has to get to school. Here at IDVA, if your student accidentally drops their computer or it has a tech issue, they still have to get to school. And if your home internet stops working for some reason, you need a backup plan for that too. Make a plan now so that your student doesn't get behind if something happens to their computer or internet. Your plan could include your student's use of another computer in your home, use of a friend or relative's computer, or use of a computer at your local library. In a pinch, and for a very short amount of time, it could also include use of a tablet or phone. For internet, again, consider a friend or relative's house, internet at your local library, or internet at a coffee shop. Of course, at the same time, addressing the tech issue must take place ASAP. IXL. This is a required program at IDVA in our math and ELA classes. It contains a diagnostic tool which assesses student strengths and areas of need. We require students to complete the diagnostic at the beginning of the school year, and students will be prompted by their math and ELA teachers to update the diagnostic on a monthly basis. When students engage as directed, the diagnostic takes little time to keep updated as the year progresses. Additionally, students will have weekly assignments either for time, topics, or both in IXL, and these will count as part of the student overall grades in math and ELA. These are designed to meet students right where they need support in building skills and knowledge to increase their proficiency in math and ELA. Communication. Reading and replying to email daily is key to successful online learning. Your students at idahova.org student email account provides a private, safe, and secure way for him or her to communicate with teachers and staff at IDVA, and it is accessed using the email icon in their student account. Here are some important details to keep in mind. First, the student email account cannot send or receive email messages outside the K-12 or IDVA systems. Second, you, as the learning coach, will receive a copy of every message your student sends to or receives from teachers and other IDVA staff. This copy will go to the email account you provided when you set up your learning coach account. You will not receive email in your learning coach account like your student does in their student account. Third, teachers and staff want to hear from you, especially if you have a question or a concern, and email is your and our #1 way to do that. Please email as soon as you find that you or your student needs help. At the same time, if a teacher or staff member emails you about a question or concern, we want to hear back from you. Please make sure you are reading and responding to all communications regularly. Note, some learning coaches choose to set up a Gmail account that is specifically for communications with IDVA teachers and staff. You may want to consider doing this so that it's easy to keep track of IDVA communications in one place. If you choose to do this, make sure to update your email address in your Learning Coach account. Supporting your students' independence. We recognize that your middle school or high school student is developing their independence. To guide them in this important endeavor, we offer a required 30-minute session 4 times per week, which will cover a variety of skills and knowledge focused on developing thinking, reasoning, collaboration, communication, motivation, and organizational skills so that they can thrive and can become more and more responsible for their own growth and success. We hope that you, as the learning coach, will partner with teachers and staff at IDVA to encourage your student to fully participate in these live sessions and their associated activities and assignments. Ways to support your student as their learning coach. First, help your student set up their school workspace so that it is organized, free from distractions, able to be monitored by you as the learning coach, has adequate light, and has space for reading, studying, taking notes, and working on projects. Next, help them prepare for the upcoming week throughout the school year by reviewing the weekly work schedule in each course on the weekend before the upcoming week, identifying with them what will need to be read and studied before any graded items are attempted, identifying what assignments will need to be turned in for a grade, prioritizing assignments based on the amount of time each will take, reviewing due dates. Check in with your students several times each week and review the following: the gradebook in each course, teacher feedback on assignments, as well as any zeros entered for missing assignments, progress and time spent in each course, Is your student on track to meet the minimum time required to be able to pass the course? Email. What messages have teachers sent your student? How has your student responded? Now that we have shared many of the key elements of our program at Idaho Virtual Academy, it's time to carefully review the required Learning Coach and Student Agreement. Please note that the agreement is part of the Student Orientation video and this Learning Coach Orientation video and must be completed in both locations. Idaho Virtual Academy will partner with you to ensure a successful learning experience for your student. As the school year starts, your student's teachers will be right by your side, guiding you and your student. To make this partnership work as well as possible, the student and learning coach will agree to the following. Number 1, we agree to attend and complete all required state and school testing, whether at home or face-to-face, and we understand the importance of accurate results and testing with integrity. Number 2, we agree to follow the weekly work schedule in each course and comply with the school attendance policy. Please see the All-School Handbook. Number 3, we agree to have continuous access to internet and a working computer designated for school in order to school every day. Number 4, we have an alternate plan in place should our computer or internet stop working. Number 5, we agree to read and to be responsible for school information sent to us via email. Number 6, we agree to communicate regularly with IDVA teachers and staff. Number 7, we understand that the virtual school platform and face-to-face events provide an opportunity for students to engage with their peers. Although both virtual and live settings are monitored by staff, it must be noted that school staff may not be able to limit student-to-student exchange of contact information, such as personal emails or cell phone numbers. Parents and guardians are encouraged to discuss family rules with their student regarding exchanging information. For more resources on digital awareness for parents, stop the video now to write down this link. Number 8, we understand that the IDVA orientation tasks are important to student academic success and that these tasks need to be completed prior to student enrollment in IDVA. We understand that we will have support from IDVA staff in order to accomplish these tasks, and we will ask for additional assistance if needed. Number 9, we have read and agree to uphold the guidelines and policies contained within our IDVA 612 and All School Handbooks, which require students to use all aspects of IDVA's academic program, including computers, internet, software, curriculum activities, applications, face-to-face events, and Class Connect events in ways that support learning in our school community as directed by course teachers and school staff. Please take time to complete the Learning Coach and Student Agreement now. Thank you so much for your time and attention as you read and listened to the information provided in this orientation video. We look forward to continuing to welcome you to your new school family and to supporting you as your student learns, grows, and thrives here at IDVA. Please choose Yes below when you are ready to submit this video orientation as complete. Thank you.